Okay, so there's been a lot of filings on the docket. We've had Jen Abel with her motion for judgment on pleading. I think that's what it's called. Sorry, I might not get the terms correct. But she's made her filing with the lawyer Alex Shapiro, the one that Blake allegedly tried to slander by saying, "Oh, this is the lawyer that helped Didi, blah 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 blah, whatever." But anyway, that was pretty good. The whole reverse that she did on Stephanie Jones, saying that, okay, while I did not do what Stephanie is alleging that I did, Stephanie and Blake, if I am found to have done it, Stephanie should be the one to pay for my damages because I did this under her employment, under Stephanie Joy's employment. That is Jen Abel's arguments filed with Alex Shapiro as a lawyer. Now we've got Justin and Wayfarer's filing for wishes and summary judgment, which is saying that this whole thing that Blake is alleging, this whole um, uh, thing she's alleging in her lawsuit, doesn't need to go to trial. You, the judge, esteemed judge, need to, make the judgment based on the facts. It's not going to be based on, who has more evidence or who is more right or who, was able to show that, yeah, I'm the right one here, you're the wrong one here, whatever. No, it's just based on facts. The argument on factual basis. So I say the sky is blue. That's a fact. Can you argue? And no, the sky is not blue. In fact, it is white. So it's just fact. I may not have used a correct metaphor, but that's just it. I'm just going to, I have notes finally. I'm just going to point out things that stood out to me now. I probably will do this in parts, I'm not sure. But for now, I'm just going to say the things that stood out to me. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is, Alexandra Shapiro. I have a thing for liking people who are Shapiros in different fields. Like, I'm a big defender and supporter of Ben Shapiro. Yes, he's Jewish of faith. I do not agree with his faith, but I am very well. I won't say I don't agree with his faith. It's just they don't believe in Jesus Christ as the Savior or whatnot. But they use the Bible a lot, so I won't say I don't agree with his faith. I just don't agree with that part of his faith. But that's by the way. Anyway, I'm a big supporter of Ben Shapiro, and now apparently I'm a big supporter of Alexander Shapiro, the lawyer. Anyways, our filing was great, and I'll say a little better than the previous filing by Wayfarer because while those ones were good, I think those were mostly, which is a good thing. I'm not saying that wasn't good. The previous filings were good because it was more of, hey, this is a public case, whether we like it or not, and these are people who have like Hollywood careers and stuff. So this is what actually happened. Justin is not what Blake is purporting him to be. Here are the facts and the evidence to disprove her claims, whilst also like winning the public to our side. So it was less clean cut lawyer speak and more PR/ lawyer speak. But with this, Alex's own is more clean cut lawyer speak in a sense. It has PR. Obviously, we have videos and emails and texts that are very damning for Blake and are not really, I mean, they're for the judge also, but it's also for the public. But the filings, the written words are very, 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 very clean cut. Um, it also makes sure it can be misconstrued because people were having issues with the first filing when it came to the council lawsuit that was dismissed and the arguments against Blake in her own lawsuit that, this is like blaming the victim, that, everything is Blake's fault. It wasn't, in my opinion, but apparently some people felt that way. But this one isn't. It's more of a, according to the law, what does the law in US say when it comes to sexual assault? What are the provisions for sexual assault to be ascertained that yes, this actually happened, and because we believe so in accordance with the law, we're going to carry out so and so judgment favoring the person who is alleging sexual assault to have been taken out of them or acted out of them. So here it's not saying that. Here it's just saying, it's not saying that, Blake is a liar and we shouldn't believe her. It's more of a, what does the law provide and does this meet what the law provides, right? So it's more clean cut than that. It's less blamey or whatever. So no one should be offended. Um, what else did I write in my notes? Oh, yeah. The video evidence also disproves that, she was targeted just by Justin as a woman, that oh, he wants to just hug Blake, and he just wants to hug Isabella Ferreira, and he just wants to hug all these female actresses because Justin is just woman hungry for them. He's never been with them before. Sorry. But from the video evidence, you see him hugging other men. Of course, not actually Golden. I'm not dissing her or anything, but she's like, we have to see. And which is fine. She's a lawyer and all that, and she's always saying, let's hear the other side. I'm just more of a sense that people who have been saying that, like they knew, and not actually Golden, it's like based on public cases that we followed. I'm not going to say I, but we followed. From the ones before I was old enough to know 2 plus 2, like from Michael Jackson, to now the ones we've seen here with Diddy, or with Harvey Weinstein, or with R. Kelly, Cosby, or the multiple directors and musicians we've seen. And even with Chris Brown, I'm a big lover of Chris Brown, but we've seen that whenever one person comes out, there's always many, many. Especially when they say, oh, it's a man, the whole Me Too stuff, right? And I have been waiting, especially with those weird DMs that have been brought up now in the last filing by Jen Abel with the MJOP. And we've seen that allegedly it might have been Blake who was trying to put that in content creators that, hey, don't support Justin. Something's coming out. You don't want to be on the bad side. I haven't waited. And when not actually Golden said based on the video, because she said that she doesn't like hugs. I understand that. I'm not a hugger. I'm not a people person per se. I don't even like shaking people's hands. I prefer if we just say hello, hello. If we do not have any body contact at all, which is why I can't wait to have my own car. Sorry, this is a segue because I hate public transport so much. I do not like having to come into contact with people at all. And even my family, I love my family so much, but I'm always worried, except it's like something really big is happening. I'm not big on that body contact. I'm not saying with my family. I love my family. I hug them. But outside of my family, meh, I don't like it. Sorry. Even if you're my friend, I really don't like the constant body contact. I'm a germaphobe, not extreme, but a lot. And so yeah, I have tried to cope with it, but I'm getting out of it. Anyway, the bottom line is not actually Golden. As a fellow non-hunker like myself said, you can understand that, and I can. But based on what Blake has said, and this is going into a year, this is November. December last year was when we started this whole mess. Blake has not once brought up that, oh, I told Justin specifically that I do not want him to hug me. Even at the 17 points, whatever that she put up, and I think there was another one like 30 points, whatever. We didn't see where she said, oh, I told you not to hug me, and you insisted. Not maybe by words, but by your actions. We haven't seen that. That would have been a different case. So I can only assume right now that she never brought up that she didn't like to be hugged. Maybe in her own argument, she's going to bring up videos that he hugged her, and maybe she's making faces. That doesn't still take the fact that you didn't tell him that, hey, don't hug me. Or you didn't even push him away aggressively, like, you should have gotten the message. If you're still playing along and hugging him back, then what are we supposed to do? You didn't verbally communicate it or physically communicate it. So I don't agree with not actually Golden's points there. I don't really agree with her much, but I don't really want to come here bashing any other content creator supporting, well, talking about this case, but some of the things she said. And then we talk about the key system, right? So Blake is all about, oh, how Justin wants to, do whatever he wants to do with her. In the terms of, he was kissing her and he bit her lip according to her, which we've seen that in some videos, we've seen she actually bit his lip. Now we're seeing that she kissed him improv. I'm pretty sure that if Justin had done that to her, that would have been what she would have based the entire case on. This was not written in the script, and he kissed him. After making me uncomfortable, he now took liberties as a director and decided to do that to me on scene. But now she did that to him. So I don't know. If she had something, we would have it by now. People keep saying, oh, wait till trial. No, that's not how the case goes. Because the other side has to be able to know what the defense is bringing so they can plan their arguments. This is not a movie, guys. I mean, it's it's a lawsuit because of a movie and what happened, but it is not a movie. This is real life. In real life, both sides have to know what each side has so they can argue. I didn't go to law school and whatever, but even I know that. It's only in movies that it's dramatized that, oh, they suddenly bring something, pull it out of wherever and say, oh, yeah, we have this. And the other side doesn't know, like, oh my God, and they're scrambling. No, it's not like that. No. This is based on something that has happened 2, 1, 3 years ago. So she had something in the out now. We're gonna see her arguments to the summary judgment, but so far no. Right? No. She didn't tell him, and no. Anyways, I'm gonna do another part about this.